If I told you that something as simple as what you eat each day could decide whether your legs feel strong and steady or weak and cramped at night, would you believe me? I'm Dr. Benjamin Hartwell, and I've been practicing medicine for over 25 years. In that time, I've seen thousands of patients struggle with something that most people think is just an inevitable part of aging. But today, I'm going to share with you 6 powerful foods that could change everything about how your legs feel and function. Most people think leg cramps are just an annoying part of getting older, but the truth is, they can be a sign your body is crying out for help. Imagine this. Every single night in the United States, more than 12 million adults over 60 struggle with painful leg cramps that wake them up from sleep. Some brush it off, but others end up falling when they try to stand, risking fractures that could change their life forever. Let me share a story that changed how I practice medicine. Mr. Harris, a 71-year-old retired teacher, came to my clinic thinking the tightness in his calves was just old age catching up with him. He'd wake up at 2 in the morning, his calf muscles seizing like someone was gripping them with a vice. The pain would shoot through his leg, forcing him to stumble out of bed and pace around his bedroom until it subsided. But it wasn't just the nighttime cramps. During the day, Mr. Harris felt his legs getting weaker. He stopped taking his evening walks with his wife. He'd sit on the sidelines watching his grandchildren play, too afraid to join them because his legs felt unsteady. The man who once coached Little League Baseball was becoming a prisoner in his own body. That's when I realized something had to change in how we approach leg health in older adults. It wasn't until Mr. Harris made 6 surprising changes to his diet that the cramps almost disappeared and his energy came rushing back. Within a month, he was back to his evening walks. Within 3 months, he was playing catch with his grandson again. Now I want to ask you something. Have you ever felt your legs suddenly lock up in the middle of the night? Do you find yourself holding onto handrails more often than you used to? Has climbing stairs become something you dread rather than something you barely think about? If you're nodding your head right now, then this video could be exactly what you've been looking for. Stay with me, because in the next 20 minutes, we're going to uncover 6 powerful everyday foods that can make your legs stronger, ease those cramps, and help you move with confidence again. And before we dive in, I want you to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell for Doctor's Note. This is where we share real, practical medical advice that could keep you living healthy, active, and free. We're building a community of people who refuse to let age define their limitations, and I'd love for you to be part of it. Now, let's start with the first food that could transform your leg strength, and I guarantee it's not what you're expecting. Food number 1, pork tenderloin, the muscle rebuilder. When most people think about pork, they picture heavy, greasy meals that leave them feeling sluggish. But pork tenderloin is completely different, and it might just be the secret weapon your legs have been waiting for. Pork tenderloin is one of the leanest cuts of meat you can find, almost as lean as chicken breast, but it's packed with something your muscles desperately need as you age: high-quality protein loaded with leucine. Now, let me explain why leucine is so crucial. Think of leucine as the ignition key for your muscle-building machinery. Just a 3-ounce serving of pork tenderloin provides more than 22 grams of protein, including a hefty dose of leucine, the amino acid that acts like a spark plug for muscle repair and growth. Here's what the research tells us. A landmark study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition followed over 800 older adults for 2 years. They found that those who got enough leucine-rich protein could maintain muscle strength up to 25% better than those who didn't. That's not a small difference when you want your legs to stay strong for walking, climbing stairs, or simply getting up from a chair. But leucine isn't the only reason pork tenderloin is so powerful for leg health. This lean meat is also a natural source of thiamine, also called vitamin B1, and vitamin B6. Both of these vitamins are absolutely critical for nerve communication and keeping electrolytes in balance, which means your muscles can contract and relax smoothly. Without enough of these vitamins, your nerves misfire, and the result can be those painful, unexpected cramps that jolt you awake at night. Let me tell you about Mrs. Collins, a 68-year-old grandmother from Ohio who came to see me about 2 years ago. She had been an avid gardener her entire adult life, but she noticed her legs getting weaker and her balance slipping. She also suffered from nighttime cramps that jolted her awake 3 or 4 times a week. When we looked at her diet, I discovered she was eating very little protein. Like many older adults, she'd fallen into the habit of having toast for breakfast, a small salad for lunch, and maybe some pasta for dinner. Her body was essentially starving for the building blocks it needed to maintain her muscle mass. Once Mrs. Collins began adding pork tenderloin to her meals twice a week, the change was remarkable. Within a month, she told me she could pull weeds for longer periods without her legs shaking, and her nighttime cramps had almost vanished. But more than that, she had her confidence back. She was gardening again, and she even started a small vegetable patch in her backyard. Now, you might be wondering how to bring pork tenderloin into your own kitchen without making it complicated. Here's what I recommend to my patients. Buy a small pork tenderloin, season it lightly with herbs instead of salt, and roast it in the oven until tender. The key is to keep it simple and let the natural flavors shine through. You can slice it thin and enjoy it in sandwiches, with vegetables, or even as a light dinner. The beauty of pork tenderloin is that it's heart-healthy when prepared correctly, gives you that crucial protein your muscles need, and doesn't leave you feeling heavy or sluggish like fattier cuts of meat might. And don't go anywhere, because the next food I'm about to share works on your muscles not just during the day, but also while you sleep. It's a food that might surprise you, and it could be the key to ending those middle-of-the-night cramps for good. Food number 2. Cottage cheese, the nighttime muscle guardian. Cottage cheese may look plain and unassuming, but it's one of the most powerful foods you can add to your diet, especially if you struggle with weak legs or nighttime cramps. What makes cottage cheese so special is the unique combination of proteins it contains. Unlike most other protein sources, cottage cheese contains both whey protein, which is absorbed quickly by your body, and casein protein, which digests slowly over several hours. This combination means your muscles get a steady stream of nourishment, not just during the day, but all night long while you sleep. Think about this for a moment. While you're sleeping, your body is working hard to repair and rebuild your muscles from the day's activities. But if you don't have the right nutrients available during those crucial nighttime hours, your body can't do its job effectively. That's where cottage cheese becomes incredibly valuable. A fascinating study, published in the British Journal of Nutrition, tracked older adults who ate cottage cheese before bed. After just a few weeks, they maintained significantly more muscle strength compared to those who didn't. The researchers found that the slow-digesting casein protein provided a steady supply of amino acids throughout the night, essentially feeding the muscles while people slept. Let me tell you about Mr. Johnson, a 72-year-old retiree from Florida who came to my practice about 18 months ago. He was desperate for help with severe nighttime leg cramps. Every single night, he'd wake up with sharp calf cramps, sometimes so intense that he'd have to stand up and pace around his bedroom for 15 or 20 minutes until the pain subsided. Mr. Johnson was also losing weight without trying, and much of that weight loss was muscle mass. He felt weak during the day, unsteady on his feet, and worried about falling. His wife was concerned too, because she could see how the lack of sleep was affecting his mood and energy levels. When I suggested he try eating half a cup of cottage cheese as an evening snack, he was skeptical. "Doc," he said, "how can something so simple make a difference?" But he was willing to try anything at that point. Within 2 weeks, Mr. Johnson's cramps were less frequent. After 2 months, he told me he felt steadier on his feet, and even his primary care doctor noticed that his leg strength had improved during his routine physical exam. But what really struck me was the change in his confidence. He started taking evening walks again, something he'd given up because he was afraid his legs would give out. The secret behind cottage cheese's effectiveness lies not just in the protein, but also in the minerals it contains. Cottage cheese is rich in calcium and phosphorus, the exact partners that muscles need to contract and relax smoothly. Think of calcium as the on switch for your muscles, and phosphorus as the stabilizer that helps them release properly. Without enough of both, your muscles may spasm or cramp when you least expect it. This is why calcium deficiency has been directly linked to more frequent nighttime cramps in adults over 60. So, how can you enjoy cottage cheese? The options are more varied than you might think. Try adding a spoonful to a baked potato for extra protein and creaminess. Mix it with fresh fruit for a protein-rich breakfast. Or simply eat it with a sprinkle of cinnamon before bed. It's easy on the stomach, far healthier than late-night sugary snacks, and it's working for your muscles while you sleep. And here's something you won't want to miss. While cottage cheese works its magic during the night, the next food I'm about to share is a natural energy booster that fuels your muscles for the entire day. And it's probably already sitting in your pantry right now. Food number 3. Sweet potatoes, the all-day energy provider. If your legs often feel weak or heavy halfway through the day, the reason may not be age alone. It could be the fuel you're giving your body. Sweet potatoes are one of the most powerful foods for steady energy and muscle health, and here's why they're so much better than the alternatives most people reach for. Unlike white bread, crackers, or processed snacks that spike your blood sugar and then leave you feeling drained, sweet potatoes are packed with complex carbohydrates that release energy slowly and evenly throughout the day. A medium-sized sweet potato contains about 26 grams of these healthy carbs, giving your muscles the steady supply of fuel they need to keep you moving with strength and balance. Research from Harvard Medical School has shown that older adults who eat more complex carbohydrates have better endurance and fewer sudden dips in energy, making daily activities feel easier and more enjoyable. But sweet potatoes offer much more than just steady energy. They're also rich in potassium and magnesium, two of the most important minerals for muscle function. Potassium keeps fluids balanced in your body and nerve signals stable, while magnesium is the key mineral that allows muscles to release after contraction. Without enough magnesium, muscles can tighten unexpectedly, leading to those painful cramps that wake you at night or stop you in your tracks during the day. Here's a statistic that might shock you. According to the National Institutes of Health, nearly half of older adults in America do not get enough magnesium in their diet. This is a hidden reason why leg cramps are so common after age 60. The good news is that sweet potatoes can help fill that gap naturally, without the need for supplements or pills. I remember Mrs. Patterson, a 65-year-old librarian who came to see me because she was having trouble making it through her workday. She'd start the morning feeling fine, but by 2 or 3 in the afternoon, her legs would feel like lead weights. She was reaching for candy bars and energy drinks to get through the day, but these would only give her a temporary boost followed by an even worse crash. When I looked at her diet, I found she was eating mostly refined carbohydrates, white bread, instant oatmeal, crackers, and other processed foods. Her blood sugar was riding a roller coaster all day long, and her muscles were paying the price. I suggested she replace some of those processed foods with sweet potatoes, and the change was dramatic. Within 2 weeks, she told me her energy levels were much more stable throughout the day. She wasn't reaching for those afternoon candy bars anymore, and her legs felt stronger and more reliable. Preparing sweet potatoes is simple and comforting. You can bake them whole in the oven for a warm, nourishing side dish. Mash them with a drizzle of olive oil instead of butter for a heart-healthy twist. Or cut them into thin wedges and roast them until crisp for a healthier version of French fries. Their natural sweetness makes them satisfying in a way that refined snacks simply can't match. And unlike those processed foods, Sweet potatoes actually work to protect and strengthen your muscles while you enjoy them. Before we move on to the next food, I want you to think about this. Could something as humble as a sweet potato really help prevent cramps and give your legs lasting strength? The research says yes, and the patients I've worked with over the years have proven it to me time and time again. Now, make sure you stay subscribed to Doctor's Note, because the next food we're going to discuss is a leafy green that provides nearly 1/3 of your daily magnesium needs in just a single cup, and it helps blood flow to your muscles in a way that might completely surprise you. Food number 4. Swiss chard, the circulation enhancer. Most people don't think of leafy greens as powerful muscle food, but Swiss chard proves just how wrong that assumption can be. This colorful vegetable, with its deep green leaves and bright red or yellow stems, is one of the richest natural sources of magnesium you can find. Just 1 cup of cooked Swiss chard delivers nearly 30% of your daily magnesium needs. Remember, magnesium is that crucial mineral that acts like nature's muscle relaxant. Without enough magnesium, your muscles can misfire, tightening up when they should be releasing. That's why low magnesium levels have been directly linked to frequent leg cramps in adults over 60. But there's something even more remarkable about Swiss chard that sets it apart from other leafy greens. It's naturally high in dietary nitrates. Now, these aren't the harmful nitrates you might have heard about in processed meats. These are healthy, plant-based nitrates that your body converts into nitric oxide, a compound that has an amazing effect on your blood vessels. When you eat Swiss chard, your body converts those nitrates into nitric oxide, which relaxes and widens your blood vessels. This improves circulation, bringing more oxygen and nutrients to your leg muscles when they need it most. Better circulation means fewer cramps triggered by poor blood flow, and it also means your muscles recover faster after a long walk or a busy day. Think of it as clearing a traffic jam in your veins, allowing your legs to move freely again. Studies published in the journal Nutrients confirm that raising magnesium intake can significantly reduce both the intensity and frequency of nighttime cramps. But the circulation benefits from Swiss chard's nitrates add another layer of protection. I had a patient, Mr. Rodriguez, a 74-year-old retired mechanic who loved working in his garage but was having trouble with his legs. He'd stand for an hour working on a project, and his calves would start to ache and feel tight. By evening, he'd often get sharp cramps that would wake him up. Mr. Rodriguez was skeptical when I suggested adding more leafy greens to his diet. "Doc," he said, "I'm a meat and potatoes guy. I don't know about all this green stuff." But his wife was determined to help him feel better, so she started adding Swiss chard to their meals. She'd sauté it with garlic and olive oil, add it to soups, and even chop it into their weekend omelets. Within a month, Mr. Rodriguez noticed he could stand in his garage for longer periods without discomfort. The nighttime cramps became less frequent and less severe. He was amazed that something as simple as a leafy green could make such a difference. Cooking with Swiss chard doesn't have to be complicated. You can sauté it lightly with garlic and olive oil for a simple side dish. Add it to soups or stews in the last few minutes of cooking. Or chop it into omelets for a colorful, nutrient-rich boost. Its flavor is mild enough to blend with almost any dish, making it easy to enjoy regularly. For people who aren't used to eating greens, I often suggest pairing Swiss chard with a squeeze of lemon. The acid brightens the taste and makes it more appealing, while also helping your body absorb the iron that Swiss chard contains. The combination of magnesium, for muscle relaxation, and nitrates for improved circulation makes Swiss chard a double threat against leg problems. And the best part is, you don't need to eat huge amounts to get the benefits. Just 1 cup of cooked Swiss chard a few times a week can make a noticeable difference. Don't go anywhere, because the next food isn't a vegetable at all. It's a root that athletes use to boost their performance, and it may hold the key to preventing cramps by dramatically improving oxygen delivery to your legs. Food number 5. Beets, the oxygen booster. Beets are one of those foods that people often pass by in the grocery store, yet they hold a hidden power that can completely change the way your legs feel and function. Their secret lies in natural nitrates, the same compounds we discussed with Swiss chard, but beets contain them in even higher concentrations. When your body converts these nitrates into nitric oxide, something remarkable happens. Your blood vessels relax and widen, helping oxygen and nutrients reach your muscles more efficiently. This improved circulation means stronger legs during the day and fewer painful cramps at night. The research on this is compelling. A study published in the Journal of Applied Physiology found that beetroot juice improved endurance in older adults by up to 16%. That's a boost you can actually feel when you're climbing stairs, walking around the block, or just trying to keep up with your daily activities. Let me tell you about Mrs. Turner, a 70-year-old retired nurse from Michigan. She loved volunteering at her church, but the building had 15 steps leading up to the main hall. What used to be an easy climb had become a struggle. Her calves would burn and feel tight after just 5 or 6 steps, and she'd have to stop and rest before continuing. At night, cramps would often jolt her awake, leaving her exhausted the next morning. She was starting to consider giving up her volunteer work, something that brought tremendous meaning to her life. When Mrs. Turner began adding roasted beets to her dinners twice a week, she was honestly skeptical. "Dr. Hartwell," she said, "I never thought a root vegetable could give me my evenings back." But within a month, something remarkable happened. Her nighttime cramps became rare. More importantly, she noticed she could walk up those church steps without stopping to catch her breath. The burning sensation in her calves was gone, replaced by a feeling of strength and stability she hadn't experienced in years. Beets are also rich in powerful antioxidants called betalains, which help reduce inflammation and muscle soreness after activity. This makes them a powerful ally for anyone trying to stay active despite aging joints or tired legs. If you've ever felt your calves tighten after a walk, or if you wake up at night with cramps, the improved circulation from beets may be exactly what your body has been waiting for. Think of them as nature's way of opening up the highways in your blood vessels, letting your muscles breathe freely again. The good news is that beets are incredibly versatile. You can roast them in the oven for a naturally sweet side dish that pairs well with almost any meal. Grate them raw into salads for a crunchy, colorful addition. Or blend them with apples and carrots for a refreshing smoothie that tastes better than you might expect. If the earthy taste of beets is too strong for your liking, pairing them with citrus fruits like oranges or lemons balances the flavor and makes them much more enjoyable. Even having beets just a few times a week can bring noticeable benefits to your leg strength and comfort. Now, I want you to imagine what it would feel like to climb stairs without that burning sensation in your calves. Picture waking up in the morning feeling rested instead of being jolted awake by cramps. That's the kind of change that beets can help make possible. And don't go away, because the next food may be small, but it's packed with the single most important mineral for relaxing muscles and stopping cramps before they begin. Food number 6. Pumpkin seeds, the magnesium powerhouse. Sometimes the smallest foods pack the greatest punch, and pumpkin seeds are the perfect example. These crunchy little seeds might seem insignificant, but they're loaded with plant-based protein and minerals that support both strength and recovery in ways that could surprise you. Just a single ounce of pumpkin seeds provides about 7 grams of high-quality protein, along with a generous supply of zinc, which plays a key role in repairing and rebuilding muscle tissue after activity. For older adults, this steady source of protein can help maintain the muscle mass that naturally declines with age, keeping your legs strong and resilient. But what truly sets pumpkin seeds apart is their incredible magnesium content. We've talked about magnesium throughout this video, and for good reason. Magnesium is often called the relaxation mineral, and that name is well deserved. Magnesium is the nutrient that tells your muscles when to release after contraction. Without enough magnesium, muscles can remain tight and contracted, leading to stiffness, spasms, and those painful nighttime cramps that interrupt your sleep. According to data from the National Institutes of Health, most adults over 60 fail to meet their daily magnesium needs, which makes foods like pumpkin seeds not just helpful, but essential. Just 1 ounce of pumpkin seeds provides about 37% of your daily magnesium requirement. That's more than most people get from their entire daily diet. When you consider that magnesium deficiency is one of the primary causes of leg cramps in older adults, you can see why these small seeds could make such a big difference. There's also evidence that higher magnesium intake is associated with better sleep quality. That means pumpkin seeds don't just prevent cramps. They may also help you rest more deeply and wake up feeling more refreshed. Better rest translates to more energy the next day and a reduced risk of fatigue-related falls. I remember Mr. Chen, a 69-year-old retired engineer, who came to see me about persistent leg cramps and poor sleep. He was waking up 3 or 4 times a night with cramps, and during the day, he felt constantly tired and worried about his balance. When I reviewed his diet, I found he was getting very little magnesium from food sources. I suggested he try incorporating a small handful of pumpkin seeds into his daily routine. He started sprinkling them on his morning oatmeal and having a few as an afternoon snack. Within 3 weeks, Mr. Chen reported sleeping through the night more often. The cramps didn't disappear completely right away, but they became less frequent and less severe. After 2 months, he told me he felt like a different person, more energetic during the day, and much more confident about his stability and balance. The best part about pumpkin seeds is how easy they are to enjoy. You can sprinkle them over oatmeal or salads for extra crunch and nutrition. Blend them into smoothies for a protein boost, or simply eat a small handful as a healthy snack that's far better for you than chips or cookies. Lightly toasting pumpkin seeds in the oven brings out their nutty flavor and makes them even more delicious. Just spread them on a baking sheet. Sprinkle with a tiny bit of sea salt if you like, and toast them at 300 degrees for about 10 minutes until they're golden brown. For those looking to replace less healthy snacks, pumpkin seeds are a smart and satisfying alternative. They provide sustained energy without the blood sugar spikes that come from processed snack foods, and they're actively working to support your muscle health with every bite. By including these small but mighty seeds regularly in your diet, you're giving your legs one of the most important tools for staying flexible, cramp-free, and strong. When combined with the other 5 foods we've discussed today, they complete a simple, natural approach to keeping your muscles supported at every stage of life. Bringing it all together, your path to stronger legs. Today, we've discovered how 6 simple foods, pork tenderloin, cottage cheese, sweet potatoes, Swiss chard, beets, and pumpkin seeds, can work together to keep your legs strong, reduce painful cramps, and bring more energy into your daily life. But here's what I want you to understand. What matters most isn't just one single food, but the lifestyle you build day by day. Choosing balanced, nutrient-rich meals gives your muscles the support they need while also protecting your overall health. Remember the story of Mr. Harris that I shared at the beginning. His transformation didn't happen overnight, and it wasn't the result of taking expensive supplements or following some complicated program. It was the cumulative effect of consistently giving his body the nutrients it needed to function at its best. Think about this. Your legs have carried you through every important moment of your life. They've taken you on walks with loved ones, up the stairs to tuck your children into bed, across stages at graduations and weddings, and through countless daily activities that make life meaningful. Don't those legs deserve the best possible care? Don't they deserve the fuel they need to keep carrying you through all the experiences still ahead? It's never too late to make changes that matter. Even small adjustments, like adding a serving of leafy greens to your lunch or swapping a processed snack for a handful of pumpkin seeds, can make a significant difference in how your body feels tomorrow and in the weeks to come. I want to challenge you to try something. Pick 2 of these 6 foods that appeal to you most. Maybe it's the cottage cheese because you're tired of nighttime cramps, or perhaps it's the sweet potatoes because you need more sustained energy during the day. Start there. Add those 2 foods to your routine for the next 2 weeks and pay attention to how your body responds. Do you sleep better? Do your legs feel stronger? Are you more confident when you walk or climb stairs? Then, gradually add the other foods one by one until all 6 become a natural part of your eating routine. This isn't about perfection. It's about progress and giving your body the tools it needs to keep you active and independent. Before we wrap up, I want to address something important. If you're currently taking medications for blood pressure, diabetes, or blood thinning, please talk to your doctor before making significant changes to your diet. Some of these foods, particularly beets and leafy greens high in vitamin K, can interact with certain medications. Also, if you have kidney disease, you'll want to be cautious about foods high in potassium like sweet potatoes and cottage cheese. Your healthcare provider can help you determine what's appropriate for your specific situation. The goal here isn't to replace medical treatment, but to work alongside it to give you the best possible quality of life. Your next steps. If this video has resonated with you, I encourage you to take action today. Start by subscribing to Doctor's Note and hitting that notification bell so you never miss our latest health insights. We're building a community of people who believe that age is just a number and that the right knowledge can help you live your best life at any stage. Share this video with someone you care about who might be struggling with leg weakness or cramps. Sometimes, the most powerful gift we can give someone is hope. Hope that they don't have to accept pain or limitations as inevitable parts of aging. Leave a comment below and let me know which of these 6 foods you're most excited to try. Have you already incorporated any of them into your diet? What changes have you noticed? Your experiences could inspire and encourage others who are just starting their journey to stronger legs. Remember, leg cramps and weakness in older adults are often linked to nutritional imbalances, poor circulation, or subtle deficiencies that develop over time. The good news is that nature has already provided us with delicious solutions. These 6 foods work behind the scenes to hydrate your cells, relax your muscles, and protect your nerves, all without side effects or complicated routines. If you're hungry for more information about natural ways to stay strong and healthy as you age, make sure you're subscribed to Doctor's Note. We regularly share evidence-based advice on nutrition, exercise, and wellness specifically designed for people who want to thrive in their later years. Your legs have been your faithful companions throughout your life. Now it's time to be a faithful companion to them. With these 6 powerful foods, you have everything you need to start supporting your leg health naturally and effectively. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Remember, every journey begins with a single step, and with stronger legs, you'll be ready for wherever that journey takes you. Until next time, this is Dr. Benjamin Hartwell reminding you that your best days don't have to be behind you, they can be ahead of you, one healthy choice at a time. Don't forget to subscribe to Doctor's Note, and I'll see you in the next video.